The Bermuda Triangle, often called the Devil's Triangle, has long been a topic that fascinates and terrifies people all over the world. For centuries, stories have circulated about strange disappearances of ships and planes in this vast stretch of ocean, bordered by Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda itself. What makes this area so special? Why do so many large vessels and aircraft, operated by experienced crews and captains, mysteriously vanish without a trace when passing through this part of the Atlantic Ocean? The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle is one of those enduring enigmas that has puzzled scientists, sailors, pilots, and adventurers alike. There are countless accounts, some based on documented evidence, others on personal testimonies of survivors, and even the chilling experiences of those who returned after being lost. Today, we're going on a journey to uncover the ultimate mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. Before we set sail, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring more amazing content to you in the future. So, what exactly is the Bermuda Triangle? Geographically, it's a large area located in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, bounded roughly by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Over the past few centuries, it has gained a reputation for the mysterious loss of hundreds of ships and aircraft. Not just any vessels. Some of the largest ships and most advanced military planes have disappeared here under baffling circumstances. But what could be causing these vanishings? Is it supernatural forces, extraterrestrials, natural phenomena, or simply human error amplified by the treacherous conditions of the sea? One of the earliest known references to this mystery comes from Christopher Columbus himself. On his very first voyage in 1492, Columbus reported strange phenomena near this area, compasses acting erratically, and unusual lights in the sky. While Columbus and his crew survived the trip, these anomalies planted the seeds of the Bermuda Triangle legend. Fast forward to the 20th century, and the Bermuda Triangle's reputation grew exponentially. In the 1950s, a magazine article cataloged dozens of disappearances, including the loss of 5 U.S. Navy bombers in 1945, commercial planes in 1948 and 1949, and numerous ships. One of the most famous incidents is the disappearance of Flight 19, a squadron of 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers that vanished during a routine training mission over the Triangle. The story of Flight 19 is as chilling as it is mysterious, and it remains one of the central tales fueling Bermuda Triangle intrigue. Despite numerous investigations, no conclusive explanation has ever been agreed upon. Some suggest magnetic anomalies interfere with navigational instruments, while others point to rogue waves, sudden weather changes, or methane gas eruptions that can cause ships to sink rapidly. There's even speculation about time warps or wormholes, hypothetical tunnels through space-time, that might cause disappearances. And of course, many tales involve extraterrestrials or secret military experiments. But before we dive deeper into these theories, it's important to remember that the Bermuda Triangle isn't the only place where mysterious disappearances happen. Similar incidents have occurred in other parts of the world's oceans, though none have captured the public imagination quite like Bermuda. Today, we'll explore these stories, scientific research, and myths to try and understand what really happens in this infamous stretch of ocean. Let's start with one of the most famous and perplexing events, the disappearance of Flight 19. This incident has become almost synonymous with the Bermuda Triangle itself. It was December 5, 1945, a clear and calm day over the Atlantic Ocean near Florida. 5 U.S. Navy TBM Avenger torpedo bombers took off from the Naval Air Station in Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission. The squadron was led by Lieutenant Charles Taylor, a seasoned and experienced pilot. The plan was straightforward: fly east over the ocean, conduct bombing practice, and return home after approximately 3 hours. The squadron was expected to follow a triangular route, east to a point called Hens and Chickens, then north, and finally southwest back to base. Everything seemed normal at first. The pilots were confident and well-trained, the weather was good, and communications with the base were clear. But then, as the planes ventured further into the area known as the Bermuda Triangle, something strange began to happen. Lieutenant Taylor reported that his compass was malfunctioning. Soon after, the backup compass also stopped working. Without reliable instruments, the squadron quickly lost its bearings. The pilots radioed the base, explaining that they weren't sure where they were or how to get back. Despite their efforts, confusion grew, and their position became more uncertain by the minute. The last messages from Flight 19 indicated that they might have been flying over the Gulf of Mexico, far off their intended route. Some of the pilots argued to change course, but ultimately, they followed Taylor's orders. As the hours passed, radio contact with the squadron weakened, and then ceased altogether. Concerned for their safety, the Navy launched an extensive search and rescue operation, deploying numerous aircraft and ships. Incredibly, during the search, a Navy PBM Mariner flying boat also disappeared mysteriously. Despite covering over 500,000 square kilometers of ocean and involving more than 300 vessels and aircraft, no trace of Flight 19 or the Mariner was ever found. No wreckage, no debris, no survivors. Witnesses on nearby ships reported seeing strange lights and explosions in the sky, but these accounts were never confirmed. The loss of Flight 19 baffled investigators and sparked a wave of speculation. Was it navigational error? Mechanical failure? Sudden storms? Or something more mysterious? Official reports concluded that the squadron likely got lost, ran out of fuel, and ditched into the sea, but the complete absence of wreckage fueled conspiracy theories for decades. This incident marked a turning point in the Bermuda Triangle legend, attracting widespread media attention and inspiring books, documentaries, and movies. Over time, many similar disappearances have been reported in the region, adding layers to the mystery. One such case is the disappearance of the USS Cyclops in 1918, a massive naval ship carrying over 300 crew and tons of manganese ore. Despite being a sturdy and reliable vessel, the Cyclops vanished without sending distress signals. Neither the ship nor the crew was ever found. Speculation about its fate ranges from attacks by German submarines to structural failure or even supernatural causes. Another puzzling element about the Bermuda Triangle is the frequent reports of compasses acting erratically. Some scientists believe this is due to natural magnetic anomalies in the area, where the Earth's magnetic field fluctuates, confusing navigational instruments. Others point out that magnetic north and geographic north do not always align perfectly, especially in this region, which may have contributed to navigational errors. But anomalies in instruments alone don't explain the numerous vanishings and unexplained phenomena reported over the decades. Some researchers propose the release of methane hydrates from the ocean floor. These massive bubbles of gas could reduce the density of seawater, causing ships to lose buoyancy and sink rapidly without a trace. Additionally, rogue waves, giant, unexpected ocean waves, have been documented in this area. These waves can reach heights of up to 30 meters and can easily capsize vessels. Extreme weather events, such as sudden storms or waterspouts, also plague the region, further complicating navigation. Despite all these natural explanations, the Bermuda Triangle continues to captivate the public imagination. It represents a place where science, mystery, and myth intertwine. In our next section, we'll explore the various supernatural and extraterrestrial theories that have been proposed, and why they remain popular despite a lack of concrete evidence. As we delve deeper into the Bermuda Triangle mystery, it's impossible to ignore the many supernatural theories that have emerged over the years. Some people believe that the Bermuda Triangle is a portal to another dimension, a gateway where the laws of physics break down. Others suggest that alien activity is behind the disappearances, with stories of UFO sightings and abductions linked to the region. The idea of extraterrestrial involvement gained popularity partly because of the unexplained phenomena and the sheer number of ships and planes vanishing without a trace. Science fiction movies and books have only fueled these speculations, turning the Bermuda Triangle into a cultural icon of the mysterious and unknown. There are also theories involving remnants of the lost continent of Atlantis. Some claim that advanced technology buried beneath the ocean floor is responsible for the strange happenings. Proponents argue that these ancient devices emit energy fields or cause electromagnetic disruptions that interfere with navigation and communication. However, skeptics dismiss these claims as fantasy or folklore, emphasizing that many incidents can be explained by natural causes. One of the most respected scientific voices in this discussion is Dr. Carl Kruszelnicki, an Australian physicist who has studied the Bermuda Triangle extensively. Dr. Kruszelnicki argues that most of the Bermuda Triangle's mysteries stem from human error and environmental factors rather than paranormal forces. He points out that many ships and planes pass safely through the area every day without incident. According to him, the so-called disappearances are often overblown or misreported. He emphasizes that the region experiences regular heavy traffic, unpredictable weather, and complex ocean currents, all of which increase the risk of accidents. Moreover, insurance data supports the idea that the Bermuda Triangle is no more dangerous than other heavily traveled parts of the ocean. For example, the Lloyd's of London Insurance Group and the U.S. Coast Guard have found that the percentage of incidents in the Bermuda Triangle is similar to that of other comparable sea regions. So, while the Bermuda Triangle has an air of mystery, the hard data doesn't support the idea of a supernatural hotspot. This scientific perspective helps demystify many of the legends. But then, what about those eerie stories and eyewitness accounts? Are they simply coincidences or misunderstandings? Human psychology plays a big role here. People are naturally drawn to mysterious stories, and the Bermuda Triangle is a perfect setting for the imagination to run wild. The region's reputation has created a feedback loop. Every new disappearance or unusual event gets amplified because of the existing myths. This, in turn, attracts more attention, more speculation, and more stories, some of which may be exaggerated or fabricated. But the real truth is often less dramatic. Navigational challenges, unpredictable weather, and human error remain the primary culprits behind most incidents. Still, the fascination with the Bermuda Triangle endures. It's a reminder of the vastness and unpredictability of our planet's oceans. And it invites us to keep exploring, questioning, and seeking answers, whether through science, storytelling, or simply the human desire to understand the unknown. In the next part, we'll dive into some of the most well-documented cases of disappearances and the lessons they teach us about the ocean's power and mystery. Now, let's focus on some of the most famous incidents that have fueled the legend of the Bermuda Triangle. Perhaps the most well-known case is the disappearance of Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy TBM Avenger torpedo bombers took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for a routine training mission. Led by Lieutenant Charles Taylor, the squadron was to fly a 3-hour exercise over the Atlantic, including bombing practice and navigation drills. The weather was clear, the crews were experienced, and everything seemed normal at first. But about 2 hours into the flight, Lieutenant Taylor reported that his compass was malfunctioning. This was the first sign of trouble. Soon after, other planes reported similar navigational issues. Despite their attempts to find their way, the squadron became lost over the ocean. Radio communications between Flight 19 and base became increasingly confused. Taylor gave conflicting directions, possibly due to disorientation. Eventually, the planes disappeared from radar. When Flight 19 failed to return, a massive search and rescue operation was launched. 13 crew members from a PBM Mariner flying boat, which was sent out to find Flight 19, also vanished without a trace. No wreckage from either the training mission or the rescue plane was ever found. This double disappearance shocked the nation and cemented the Bermuda Triangle's reputation as a deadly mystery. Official reports suggested that the loss of Flight 19 was likely due to navigational errors compounded by poor weather and fuel exhaustion. Taylor's confusion may have stemmed from his compass failure and the vast, featureless ocean below. Some speculate about more unusual causes, but no definitive evidence has ever emerged. The disappearance of Flight 19 illustrates how even experienced crews can become disoriented and overwhelmed in challenging conditions. It also highlights the dangers of the sea and the importance of reliable navigation. Another major incident involved the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship. Commissioned in 1918, the Cyclops was the largest fuel carrier of its time. On March 4, 1918, the ship departed from Barbados, bound for Baltimore with a crew of 306 and over 10,000 tons of manganese ore. The ship passed through the Bermuda Triangle area, but never reached its destination. No distress signals were sent, and no wreckage or survivors were found. The USS Cyclops remains the single largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. Navy history. Many theories have been proposed about its fate: torpedo attack, structural failure, or heavy cargo causing it to sink, but nothing has been proven. The complete disappearance without a trace adds to the eerie nature of the Bermuda Triangle. These incidents, among others, have inspired countless books, movies, and documentaries. They capture our imagination and symbolize the ocean's vast, unknowable power. But while the stories are dramatic, it's important to remember the realities of maritime and aviation travel. The ocean is unpredictable, with sudden storms, rogue waves, and hidden hazards. Human error, mechanical failure, and natural phenomena can quickly lead to tragedy. As technology advances, navigation systems become more reliable, and understanding of weather patterns improves, the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle are slowly demystified. Yet, the region continues to intrigue us, a place where science, legend, and the unknown meet. Next, we'll explore the scientific explanations behind some of the Bermuda Triangle's most puzzling phenomena, shedding light on what really might be happening beneath the waves. As we dive deeper into the Bermuda Triangle mysteries, it's crucial to explore the scientific explanations behind the strange phenomena reported there. One of the most common theories involves the magnetic anomalies in the area. The Bermuda Triangle lies in a region where the Earth's magnetic field can behave unusually, causing compass readings to become erratic or even fail. Sailors and pilots rely heavily on compasses for navigation, especially before modern GPS technology. If their compasses suddenly stop working or give false readings, it can lead to disorientation, navigation errors, and potentially tragic accidents. However, magnetic anomalies aren't unique to the Bermuda Triangle. There are other places on Earth where magnetic fields fluctuate, yet those areas don't have the same reputation for disappearances. This suggests that magnetic variations might be only part of the story. Another natural explanation involves the powerful ocean currents flowing through the region. The Gulf Stream, a warm Atlantic Ocean current, moves swiftly through the Bermuda Triangle. Its strength can carry debris, wreckage, or even entire vessels away from their last known locations, making search efforts extremely difficult. Strong currents also create dangerous conditions for small boats or aircraft forced to ditch at sea. Furthermore, the Bermuda Triangle lies over a large area of deep ocean trenches and underwater canyons. Underwater topography can influence weather and ocean conditions, contributing to sudden storms or rogue waves. Speaking of waves, rogue waves or monster waves have been proposed as another explanation. These are massive waves, sometimes exceeding 30 meters 100 feet high, which appear unexpectedly and can easily capsize ships or damage aircraft attempting to land on water. Scientists once thought rogue waves were myths, but now satellite data and ship reports confirm their existence. In the Bermuda Triangle, rogue waves might explain some sudden disappearances. Gas hydrates, another intriguing possibility, are ice-like compounds found on the ocean floor. They trap large amounts of methane gas, which can be released suddenly, forming massive bubbles that reduce water density. If a ship happens to be over such a bubble release, it could lose buoyancy and sink rapidly. Some researchers have linked gas hydrate eruptions to unexplained sinkings in the Bermuda Triangle. Weather also plays a significant role. Tropical storms and hurricanes frequently pass through the region, bringing violent winds and rough seas. Sudden squalls and microbursts can catch vessels off guard, making navigation hazardous. In the past, before weather forecasting was advanced, ships and planes had little warning of such storms. Human error remains a key factor. The Bermuda Triangle is a busy maritime and aviation zone with thousands of vessels and flights passing through every year. Some accidents attributed to mystery may simply be tragic mistakes or mechanical failures. When these disappearances happen in such a well-known area, they capture the public's imagination more intensely. Additionally, the area's vastness and depth make search and recovery efforts challenging. Many lost vessels may remain undiscovered, further fueling speculation. Lastly, it's worth mentioning that some researchers have debunked the Bermuda Triangle as a myth. Insurance companies like Lloyd's of London have stated that the region's loss rates are comparable to other heavily traveled parts of the world. The legend may be amplified by sensationalized media stories, Hollywood movies, and folklore. Still, the mix of natural factors, magnetic fields, currents, rogue waves, methane eruptions, storms, combined with human error creates a perfect storm of danger. In essence, the Bermuda Triangle is not supernatural, but a natural hazard zone with complex environmental challenges. Understanding these factors helps separate fact from fiction and guides safer navigation. In our next section, we'll look at some recent investigations and technological advances that have further unraveled the Bermuda Triangle's mysteries. Continuing our exploration of the Bermuda Triangle, let's focus on modern investigations and how technology has helped shed light on the mysteries surrounding this infamous area. With advances in satellite imaging, GPS navigation, and deep-sea exploration, many of the long-held myths about the Bermuda Triangle have begun to unravel. For instance, satellite tracking allows precise monitoring of ships and aircraft passing through the region. This reduces the likelihood of simple navigational errors going unnoticed and provides real-time data for search and rescue operations. Moreover, advanced sonar and remotely operated vehicles (ROVs) have enabled researchers to explore the ocean floor beneath the Bermuda Triangle like never before. This has led to the discovery of several shipwrecks and aircraft debris that were once lost to history. One famous example is the finding of the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship that vanished in 1918 with over 300 people on board. Despite extensive search efforts, the ship's wreckage was only identified decades later using modern sonar technology. Such discoveries help demystify the Bermuda Triangle by showing that many missing vessels simply sank due to natural causes or accidents, rather than paranormal phenomena. Weather monitoring technology has also dramatically improved. Today's meteorologists can predict hurricanes, tropical storms, and sudden squalls with much greater accuracy. This has saved countless lives by allowing ships and planes to avoid dangerous weather systems common in the Bermuda Triangle. Another interesting development is the study of methane hydrate deposits beneath the seafloor. Scientists have detected pockets of methane that, when released suddenly, could cause massive bubbles to rise to the surface. These gas eruptions can disrupt water density, potentially sinking ships or destabilizing aircraft attempting emergency water landings. While the evidence is still being studied, this is one of the most plausible natural explanations for some of the Bermuda Triangle's unexplained disappearances. Research into rogue waves has similarly progressed. High-resolution satellite data and ocean buoys confirm that giant waves can form without warning, reaching heights that dwarf average waves. In the Bermuda Triangle, these waves pose a real threat to vessels, particularly smaller boats. Though rare, such waves have been recorded and are no longer considered myth or exaggeration. Despite scientific progress, the Bermuda Triangle still captures the imagination of many. It has become a symbol of the unknown, a place where nature's power and human vulnerability intersect. In popular culture, the Bermuda Triangle inspires countless books, movies, and documentaries, keeping the mystery alive. While skeptics argue that the legend is exaggerated or fabricated, believers often cite eyewitness accounts, strange phenomena, and historical disappearances as evidence. It's important to balance skepticism with open-mindedness and rely on evidence-based research. Safety protocols for navigation and aviation have also improved. Modern ships and aircraft are equipped with multiple redundant systems, GPS, radar, and communication technologies to prevent disorientation. Pilots and captains receive thorough training on how to handle magnetic anomalies or sudden weather changes. International agencies coordinate efforts to track and respond quickly to emergencies. In conclusion, the Bermuda Triangle is less a paranormal mystery and more a region with challenging environmental and navigational hazards. It reminds us of the ocean's vast power and the importance of respecting nature's forces. As technology continues to advance, we'll keep uncovering more about this enigmatic area. Stay tuned for the next part where we explore some of the most fascinating Bermuda Triangle cases and eyewitness testimonies. Now, let's delve into some of the most compelling and mysterious cases that have taken place within the Bermuda Triangle. These stories continue to fuel speculation and fascination around this enigmatic area. One of the most famous cases, as we briefly mentioned earlier, is the disappearance of Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers took off from Florida on a routine training mission. Led by Lieutenant Charles Taylor, the squadron was expected to return after completing bombing exercises over the Gulf of Mexico. However, shortly after the exercise, the pilots reported navigational difficulties and confusion about their location. What makes this incident particularly baffling is that all 5 planes vanished without a trace. The Navy dispatched a rescue plane, a PBM Mariner flying boat, to search for them. Amazingly, that rescue plane also disappeared shortly after takeoff. Despite extensive search efforts involving hundreds of ships and aircraft, no wreckage or survivors were ever found. This incident remains one of the most mysterious aviation disappearances in history. Eyewitnesses reported seeing strange lights in the sky on the night of the disappearances, adding to the intrigue. Over the years, various theories have been proposed, from magnetic anomalies disrupting compasses to alien abductions. However, experts generally believe that a combination of pilot error, bad weather, and mechanical failures led to the tragedy. Another famous case involves the USS Cyclops, a massive U.S. Navy cargo ship that disappeared in March 1918 while sailing from Brazil to Baltimore. Carrying over 300 crew members and passengers, the Cyclops was the largest loss of life in U.S. Navy history unrelated to combat. No distress signals were sent, and no wreckage was ever conclusively identified. Theories range from submarine attack to structural failure due to the heavy cargo load. Yet again, the mystery remains unsolved. Then there's the case of the SS Marine Sulphur Queen, a tanker that vanished in February 1963 with 39 crew aboard. Like others, it disappeared without any distress call or debris. Some speculate the ship broke apart due to the volatile nature of its cargo, sulfur, or sank because of structural issues. The list of disappearances also includes smaller vessels and private aircraft, all vanishing in a similar fashion. Stories of eerie fogs, sudden electrical failures, and compass malfunctions are common among survivors of near-miss incidents. Many captains have reported unusual weather patterns, sudden storms, and strange lights on the horizon. While some explanations can be attributed to natural phenomena, the frequency and clustering of such reports in the Bermuda Triangle region are remarkable. This has led to the theory that the area's unique underwater geography and meteorological conditions create an environment prone to rapid, unpredictable changes. For instance, The deep ocean trenches and steep underwater slopes may generate localized weather systems or influence magnetic fields. Strong currents and whirlpools could disorient vessels, leading to accidents. Despite these scientific possibilities, the popular image of the Bermuda Triangle as a supernatural or extraterrestrial hotspot persists. Books like The Bermuda Triangle by Charles Berlitz and movies such as The Triangle have helped cement this idea in popular culture. Moreover, the Bermuda Triangle is often featured in conspiracy theories and documentaries that explore government cover-ups, secret technology experiments, or alien activity. Skeptics argue that many of the stories have been exaggerated or are the result of sensationalist media. They point out that the Bermuda Triangle sees a high volume of maritime and air traffic, making the number of incidents proportional to other busy regions. Insurance companies and Coast Guard statistics also show no significant difference in accident rates compared to similar areas. Yet, the Bermuda Triangle's allure remains strong. Its mysterious reputation makes it a fascinating subject for researchers, thrill seekers, and storytellers alike. In this part, we've seen some of the most intriguing cases that continue to inspire debate. Next, we'll look at the science behind some of the Bermuda Triangle's unique environmental features and how they may explain these strange occurrences. Continuing our exploration of the Bermuda Triangle, let's dive into some of the scientific explanations that have been proposed to account for the region's mysterious phenomena. One of the key factors often discussed is the presence of strong magnetic anomalies in the area. The Bermuda Triangle lies near the point where the Earth's magnetic field behaves in unusual ways, which can interfere with navigational instruments like compasses. Pilots and sailors have reported compasses suddenly spinning or pointing in the wrong direction when passing through this zone. While modern GPS technology has greatly reduced such issues, in earlier times, magnetic interference could easily cause confusion and lead to navigational errors. But magnetic anomalies alone don't explain the disappearance of entire fleets or aircraft. Another natural phenomenon that has gained attention is the presence of methane hydrate gas deposits on the ocean floor. Methane hydrates are ice-like substances that trap methane gas within crystalline water molecules. Under certain conditions, these deposits can suddenly release large amounts of methane gas. Such a massive gas release can reduce the density of the water, causing ships to lose buoyancy and sink rapidly without warning. Additionally, methane released into the atmosphere can cause explosions or fires that might bring down aircraft. Scientists have found evidence of such gas eruptions causing underwater landslides and creating massive waves known as tsunamis. These sudden events could explain some of the unexplained disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle. Weather patterns in the region are also a major contributor. The Bermuda Triangle sits at a crossroads of several weather systems, including tropical storms and hurricanes. The Gulf Stream, a powerful ocean current, flows through the area, creating rapidly changing sea and air conditions. Sudden storms, high waves, and intense turbulence can overwhelm even experienced sailors and pilots. Rogue waves, massive unexpected waves reaching heights of 30 meters or more, have been reported in the region as well. These waves can appear without warning and are capable of capsizing large ships. The combination of these natural elements, magnetic variations, methane gas eruptions, unpredictable weather, and powerful ocean currents create a perfect storm of hazards. While many incidents can be attributed to these scientific causes, some remain unsolved, which fuels the ongoing mystery and fascination. Another intriguing scientific angle involves the role of underwater topography. The Bermuda Triangle features deep ocean trenches, underwater volcanoes, and complex seabed formations. These features influence ocean currents and can generate localized weather phenomena. For example, sudden upwellings of cold water might impact weather patterns or cause turbulence. Similarly, gas seeps from the ocean floor could be more common near these geological formations, potentially explaining rapid sinking of ships. It's worth noting that similar natural hazards exist in other parts of the world's oceans, yet none have gained the same legendary status. The unique combination and concentration of these factors in the Bermuda Triangle make it a hotspot for accidents and mysterious events. Despite the scientific explanations, the mystery surrounding the Bermuda Triangle continues to capture the imagination. Many still find the idea of supernatural forces, alien activity, or time warps compelling explanations for the disappearances. Documentaries, books, and movies have kept these ideas alive, mixing fact and fiction to create a captivating narrative. Ultimately, the Bermuda Triangle remains a place where science meets legend. Our understanding continues to evolve as new research sheds light on the natural processes at work. In the next segment, we'll explore some of the famous cultural representations of the Bermuda Triangle and how these stories shape public perception. As we move deeper into the Bermuda Triangle's lore, It's fascinating to see how this mysterious region has inspired countless stories, movies, and pop culture references. These portrayals have helped shape the public's perception, sometimes blurring the line between fact and fiction. The Bermuda Triangle's reputation as a place of supernatural or extraterrestrial activity gained momentum in the mid-20th century. Books like Charles Berlitz's The Bermuda Triangle, published in 1974, brought widespread attention to the area's enigmatic disappearances, mixing documented incidents with sensational speculation. Berlitz's book popularized the idea that alien abductions, underwater bases, or even portals to other dimensions might explain the disappearances. While many experts criticize these claims for lack of evidence, the theories continue to intrigue people worldwide. The Bermuda Triangle has also been featured in countless movies and television shows, often as a backdrop for thrilling adventures or mysterious phenomena. For example, films like The Triangle and episodes in popular series like The X-Files have portrayed it as a place where reality bends and strange things happen. These fictional depictions feed into the mystery and keep the legend alive in public imagination. In addition to extraterrestrial or supernatural theories, some suggest the Bermuda Triangle could be a hotspot for time slips or vortexes that cause people and objects to vanish. Stories about people suddenly reappearing years later, or in different locations, often appear in folklore surrounding the area. While these accounts are largely anecdotal, they add to the mystique and inspire further investigation and speculation. Interestingly, local cultures and seafarers have their own folklore tied to the Bermuda Triangle. Legends of ghost ships, sea monsters, and cursed waters abound, passed down through generations. These stories often serve as cautionary tales or explanations before the advent of modern science and technology. From a psychological perspective, the mystique surrounding the Bermuda Triangle can also be linked to human fascination with the unknown and our desire to find meaning in unexplained events. This desire sometimes leads to exaggeration or the blending of unrelated incidents into a grand mystery. It's worth mentioning that scientific inquiry and investigative journalism have challenged many myths. Skeptics point out that the number of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is not significantly higher, proportionally, than in other heavily traveled ocean regions. Moreover, modern navigation and communication technologies have greatly reduced the likelihood of unexplained losses. The Bermuda Triangle continues to serve as a powerful symbol, a place where nature's forces, human error, and the unknown intertwine. Its enduring allure lies in the tension between mystery and explanation. While science uncovers the facts, the unknown keeps the stories alive. In the end, whether you believe in supernatural forces or natural phenomena, the Bermuda Triangle invites us to explore our world's mysteries and reflect on our relationship with the vast, unpredictable ocean. Next, we'll look into some of the most famous and compelling disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle, stories that continue to baffle and fascinate us. Now let's turn our attention to some of the most infamous disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle, incidents that have become legends in their own right. One such case is the mysterious loss of the USS Cyclops in March 1918. This massive Navy cargo ship vanished without a trace while en route from Barbados to Baltimore, carrying over 300 crew members and a heavy load of manganese ore. Despite extensive search efforts, neither the ship nor its crew were ever found. The disappearance of the USS Cyclops remains the largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. Navy history, and to this day, no conclusive explanation exists. Many theories have been proposed, from structural failure and rogue waves to enemy submarine attacks, but none have been definitively proven. Another chilling story is that of the Mary Celeste, often called the ghost ship. While not technically lost in the Bermuda Triangle, the Mary Celeste shares similar eerie characteristics. It was found adrift in the Atlantic Ocean with no crew aboard, but the ship was intact and no signs of struggle were evident. This mystery continues to captivate investigators and enthusiasts, highlighting how the sea holds countless secrets. Of course, the disappearance of Flight 19 in December 1945 remains one of the Bermuda Triangle's most well-known cases. As discussed earlier, this squadron of 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers vanished during a routine training mission, and the rescue planes sent to find them also disappeared. Despite numerous search and rescue operations, no wreckage or survivors were ever recovered. This event fueled the growing legend of the Bermuda Triangle, raising questions that still puzzle experts. Other notable incidents include the loss of the SS Marine Sulphur Queen in 1963, a tanker ship that disappeared with its crew of 39. Again, no wreckage was found, and the cause remains unknown. Some suggest explosions from volatile cargo or structural failure as possibilities. Then there's the tragic story of the Witchcraft, a luxury yacht that vanished in 1967 near Miami, while seeking rescue after hitting a buoy. Despite its proximity to shore, neither the yacht nor its passengers were ever located. These stories, among many others, contribute to the Bermuda Triangle's reputation as a place of inexplicable disappearances. While natural factors like sudden storms, strong currents, and navigational challenges may account for many losses, the lack of concrete evidence in numerous cases keeps speculation alive. Modern technology, such as GPS and satellite tracking, has improved safety and made such vanishings increasingly rare, but the Bermuda Triangle remains a source of mystery and intrigue. Ultimately, the Bermuda Triangle serves as a reminder of the ocean's power and unpredictability. It encourages us to respect the forces of nature and the limits of human understanding. Whether you believe in legends of supernatural forces or prefer scientific explanations, the Bermuda Triangle story is a compelling chapter in our exploration of the unknown. Thank you for joining this journey into one of Earth's most enigmatic places. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating deep dives. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.